Hi, my name is Dr. Lorraine Goodwin, and I want to apologize to the Hmong community. I attended your services for General Vang Pao, and I was very moved. However, on the first day when the elected officials spoke, I was very upset because they were misleading the Hmong community and they were preying on the emotional seriousness of the circumstances. Later that day, February 5th, 2011, a message was delivered to the funeral that the Arlington Cemetery Committee had denied General Vang Pao a place in Arlington Cemetery. The elected officials went on to say that that was caused by President Obama and his Obama administration, quote unquote. That was crazy talk, and we deserve better from our elected officials. Either our elected officials are too dumb to know what is going on, or they were trying to take advantage of the Hmong community and spread divisiveness among minorities. The Arlington Cemetery has a special committee who decides who goes into Arlington Cemetery. These are just regular people like your children who have been through the military and have applied and gotten a job with Arlington Cemetery. They're placed on this board or committee, and they're given rules as to who goes into Arlington and who doesn't. Then when an applicant applies, they look at the application and decide whether or not he fits the rules. If he doesn't fit the rules, the preliminary committee has to say no, because they do not make new laws, they do not create new laws for Arlington Cemetery, which has a very long history. So they go by the general rule book, and they go by the application. And of course, in General Powell's case, it is a different situation. So they had to give a no at the preliminary level. The General Vang Pao's family is, of course, going to appeal, which is the proper thing to do. That appeal will go to a higher up level, still probably will be only within the military. It will not have anything to do with the Obama administration, and it will not have anything to do with President Obama. These committees are perpetual in that they have nothing to do with a Republican president or a Democratic president, or a Republican administration or a Democratic administration. These jobs are given out on these committees according to your seniority in the military. And the military has a system known as chain of command, and you have to think of it like a step ladder. You put the ladder up, you have to put your foot on the first rung of the ladder. You can't go to the second rung at first. You have to step first on the first rung, and that's the preliminary committee that oversees Arlington Cemetery and who gets in there. Then you go to the second rung of the ladder, and that will be the person or the committee that the information will be sent to at the first appeal level. So after you send in your appeal, you'll get to the second rung of the ladder, and they will decide according to their standards whether or not the general can get into Arlington. Again, the second rung is a pretty low level and will probably come back with the exact same decision: no, he does not fit. Then it will go on a second appeal to a higher rung. Eventually, one of these rungs will lead to the Obama administration and the president, but it will not be at the lower level. It will be at a more routine level at one of the lower first or second rungs of the ladder. And you have to think about that. Chain of command is very important in the military. You can't skip it. You can't go from starting something right up to the president or the president's, as they call it, the Obama administration. It will go to the Arlington Cemetery Committee, and your appeal will go to another level of the Arlington Cemetery Committee. And again, they have nothing to do with politics. They are related to the military and military rules and military qualifications for getting into Arlington. So I'm very disappointed in those people that spoke on February 5th at General Vang Pao's funeral. They deliberately misled the Hmong people, or they were doing it because they were trying to play political games, and they were using it to get the Hmongs upset at President Obama because he had nothing to do with it. And it's, you have to realize he's President of the United States. He does not get up in the morning and decide who's going to get buried in a cemetery. He is doing high-level things like the war that was fought in Laos, or the war that is currently going on in Afghanistan, or the disruption currently going on in Egypt. I'll be happy to keep you apprised of different levels of how this procedure goes. If you want to do something now, you can log on to whitehouse.gov, and you can send a letter to the White House through their contact system and let them know that you are interested in pursuing having General Vang Pao buried at Arlington Cemetery. You can mail the White House with a regular letter at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, or best thing, call your congressman. Now this is your local congressman, so if you're from North Carolina, you call the congressman from your district in North Carolina and let him know what you want. If you're from Montana, you go to your congressman of your local area in Montana and you let him know what you want. And you call your congressman repeatedly and your state senators repeatedly and let them know exactly what you want. We have to stick together because we can't let these officials bring diversion and divisiveness to the minority communities. United, we're better, and together we can make a big difference to ensure that we all have a great future here in the United States. And thanks, and don't hesitate to contact me. My email is saveourvalley@hotmail.com. That's SAVEOURVALLEY@hotmail.com. And I have a site on ActBlue to donate if you want to donate and contribute to make sure we get the truth out and how you can continue to pursue getting General Vang Pao into Arlington Cemetery. You can contribute to me at actblue.com, and the committee is listed under Hmongs. Okay, thank you.